With everything that we know in America about Mexico, we think we know in America about Mexico because of the immigration issues and the illegal aliens and all that sort of thing, we forget that Jesus commands us to go. We are Richard and Rhonda Mead, originally from Muskegon, Michigan. Lived in the Muskegon area our whole lives. And about 5.5, 6 years ago, the Lord had started to draw us to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. We went down there for a Christian conference and met one of the local pastors. At that time, we felt the Lord calling us, but we weren't sure how it was going to work, what it would look like. And so we just put some money away, wrapped up some things that we had going here, and waited upon the Lord to, for the time to send us out.
So we went down there in 2010, and we met an evangelist whose name was Bob Bradbury. And he was really impressed upon the Lord that the Lord really wanted to move in Cabo San Lucas, and that God was just going to pour out a spirit upon Cabo San Lucas and change it from what it's maybe known for to a place where it'd even be known for families. And so he asked if we could start working with him. So we came 4 separate weeks in the early part of 2010 to try to get the pastors together, because we knew we needed to get the pastors together. And so we met some of the pastors, the local pastors. We had some great connections there, and from that it continued on until the steps that the Lord would have us do, the very practical steps, as we waited upon him to pour his spirit out upon the city.
There's 80,000 displaced people there that have came to work in the tourism industry. They live about 2 miles out of town in these 7 large communities they call invasions or squatter colonies. And a lot of them do not have running water, some do not have electricity. The houses are made out of cinder block or skids and plywood, blue plastic tarps. And we minister to the, we ministered both to the up and outers in San Lucas in the city and the down and outers in the squatter colonies. As New Life Outreach, we desire to assist the body of Christ in whatever endeavor the Lord has them in. Many times people would ask us, what do you do? What's your average day look like? And we usually laugh and say it's different every day. Now we do have somewhat of a schedule. On Mondays, we go with our friend Pastor Carlos and some other men from his church or another pastor and go to the city town square, and they have a flag raising event every Monday. And then we, as local group of clergy, go through and pray for people in the community, pray for over the buildings, and pray for different governmental leaders. They've invited us to do that, to come and pray for those in leadership in the government.
So right now we just have a ripe opportunity with a favorable government in Mexico. We see our goal is to come alongside the ministries that the Lord shows us. Even as Cabo English Church, we greet there and serve in different ways, because they're really short-handed, because we have a lot of tourists that come through. And then in the Mexican churches, to come alongside them and help them in every way so that every part of the body of Christ can flourish. And of course, the more the light shines, the more the darkness is going to be pushed out. But we have to remember that America is great because we were founded on the Bible. But Mexico was never taught the biblical truths that we stand on. And regretfully, thievery and bribery is common, and they think nothing of it. And so they need to know the truth. And we know if they know the truth, that the truth will set them free. So we just ask for your help to bring the truth to these people that can change their lives.
In the past 3.5, 4 years, we've built 3 churches. 2 houses for 2 different pastors, and then 1 house for just another dear brother who's really active in assisting one of the pastors down there. We also do work with a rehabilitation center called Palabra de Vida, which is the word of life. And it's down there because of the drug traffic. It's in the cartels. Many of these men in this, it's similar to Teen Challenge. They patterned themselves after Teen Challenge. The director had been in a Teen Challenge in Canada. And they have a lot of men trying to get free from the clutches of the drugs and alcohol and the clutches of the cartels. And we've seen the Lord just do mighty deliverance and mighty redemption through that ministry. And we go there on a regular basis and help them and speak there and minister there also. When I look at our needs there in Mexico, our greatest need is prayer. We covet your prayers. We believe that prayer is what moves the kingdom forward. And our second greatest need would be people to come alongside us and invest in what the Lord is doing in Los Cabos. So as you're making a difference in the sphere of influence you have in the United States, we would ask you to assist us, to come alongside, invest in what we're doing, invest in what the Lord is doing in the country of Mexico, that the United States might have better neighbors, that we might have godly neighbors, and make a difference not only in that country, but ours as well. Jesus commanded us to go. Now, whether it's you to go to Wesco and testify, or us to go to Mexico and testify, He has all called us to go. God has ordained and orchestrated what we're doing in Cabo San Lucas. But we could not do that except for what you're doing in and through us. You are investing in your time, talent, and treasure as much as we are to make a difference in this country. And we thank you for it. Because of what He's doing in your life, doing in our lives, lives are touched and changed in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So again, thank you for what you're doing.